Chapter 1. The Power of Words. Have you ever thought about how much the words we speak can change everything? Imagine a moment where your words helped someone believe in themselves or even made someone feel bad. As a leader, your words are more than just what you say. They can shape how people think, feel, and act. In this chapter, we're going to dive deep into why words are so powerful and how you can use them to inspire, motivate, and lead others. Leaders are known for their ability to communicate well, but it's not just about saying the right things, it's about saying them at the right time, with the right tone. Think about the best leaders you've ever heard. Whether they are politicians, business leaders, or even coaches, they all share one thing. They know how to speak in a way that grabs your attention and makes you believe in what they say. But there's more to it than just knowing what to say. As a leader, every word you speak can either make people feel more united or make them feel disconnected. Positive words can lift up a group, making them feel stronger. On the other hand, negative words can break trust and cause division. That's why leaders need to be careful with their words. They can set the mood for an entire team. Let's also talk about framing. It's like setting the stage before telling a story. Leaders can take a difficult situation and change how people see it. For example, instead of saying something is a failure, a leader might say it's an opportunity to learn. This simple change in how we talk about things can make a huge difference in how people feel about them. But being a great communicator isn't just about talking. It's also about listening. The best leaders listen to the people around them. They pay attention to concerns, ideas, and feedback. It's not just about what the leader says. It's about creating an environment where people feel heard and understood. Lastly, confidence is key. When you speak like a leader, you don't just say things, you believe in what you say. If you sound unsure, people may not trust you. Confidence comes from believing in your words and your actions. It's not about being arrogant, it's about being clear and strong in your message. Words are powerful. They can inspire, motivate, and even change lives. As a leader, you have the power to use your words to lead others to success. So let's dive into how you can speak like a leader, someone who commands attention and inspires action. Chapter 2. Speaking with confidence. Imagine walking into a room and everyone's eyes are on you. How do you feel? Confident? Nervous? The way you speak and carry yourself in that moment can make a huge difference. In this chapter, we'll talk about how speaking with confidence can make others listen to you, believe in you, and follow your lead. Confidence in speech doesn't just come from knowing what you're talking about, though that's certainly important. It's about how you deliver your words. When you speak with confidence, you sound sure of yourself. People are more likely to listen and trust you when you sound like you believe in what you're saying. One of the easiest ways to appear more confident is to speak clearly and at a steady pace. Rushing through your words or speaking too quietly can make it seem like you're unsure. Instead, take your time and make sure everyone can hear and understand you. Pausing for a moment before you respond gives you time to think, and it also shows others that you're in control of the conversation. Another way to speak with confidence is through your body language. The way you stand or sit, your eye contact, and even your facial expressions all send messages to your audience. Standing tall with your shoulders back gives the impression that you are confident. If you avoid eye contact, people might think you're nervous or hiding something. On the other hand, making eye contact shows that you are engaged and sure of yourself. But confidence isn't just about looking the part. It's also about believing in what you're saying. If you doubt yourself, others will pick up on it. Leaders who speak with confidence don't just have all the answers. They show that they trust their judgment and the choices they make. It's about being clear and authentic, even if you don't have every single detail figured out. A powerful technique leaders use to sound confident is to avoid using filler words like or like. While it's normal to use these words in casual conversations, Using them too much can make you sound unsure. When you pause instead of using a filler word, it gives you more time to think, and it makes you sound more confident. Also, confidence comes from experience. The more you practice speaking in front of others, whether it's in meetings, presentations, or casual conversations, the more comfortable you'll feel. Over time, speaking with confidence will become second nature, and when you speak confidently, others will naturally look to you for guidance and leadership. To sum up, speaking with confidence is about more than just the words you use. It's about how you say them, how you carry yourself, and how much you believe in your message. Confidence will help you lead, inspire, and motivate those around you. Chapter 3: The Art of Listening. To speak like a leader, you first need to be a great listener. You might wonder why listening is just as important as speaking. After all, if you're the one leading, shouldn't you be the one doing most of the talking? The truth is, the best leaders know that listening is just as powerful as speaking. In this chapter, we'll dive into why listening is an essential leadership skill and how it can help you connect with others and lead more effectively. Listening is more than just hearing someone speak. It's about understanding and responding thoughtfully. Leaders who listen carefully can pick up on what people are really saying, including their concerns, ideas, and feelings. When you truly listen, people feel heard and valued. This builds trust and strengthens relationships, both of which are key to successful leadership. But how do you become a better listener? First, give the speaker your full attention. This means putting away distractions like your phone or computer and focusing on the person speaking. When you give someone your undivided attention, you show that you respect them and value their perspective. It's a simple but powerful way to build a connection. Next, ask questions. When you're listening, don't just nod along and wait for your turn to speak. Ask questions to clarify what the person is saying and show that you're engaged. For example, you might say, "Can you explain more about that?" Or, "What do you think would be the best solution?" Asking questions not only helps you understand better, but it also shows the speaker that you care about their thoughts. Active listening also involves empathy. Leaders who listen well don't just focus on the words, they try to understand the feelings behind the words. If someone is upset, they don't just hear the frustration, they feel it. This helps them respond in a way that shows understanding and compassion. Empathy builds trust and makes others feel comfortable coming to you with their concerns. One of the most important skills of a great listener is being patient. Often, people need time to express their thoughts fully. As a leader, it's important to resist the urge to interrupt or finish someone's sentence. Let them speak without rushing. When you're patient, you give the speaker the space to say what they need to, and you give yourself the chance to fully understand their point of view. Listening is also about staying open-minded. Great leaders don't just listen to agree with what they already think. They listen to learn, to challenge their own ideas, and to grow. Even if you disagree with what someone is saying, it's important to listen with an open mind. You might just learn something new that could change your approach or help you make a better decision. Finally, after listening, respond in a way that shows you've understood. Reflect on what the speaker said and offer your thoughts or feedback. A simple, "I hear you and I understand why that's important," can go a long way in building a positive relationship and demonstrating strong leadership. To sum up, being a great listener is essential for any leader. It helps you build stronger connections, understand your team's needs, and respond with empathy and clarity. When you make listening a priority, you'll find that others will be more willing to follow your lead, trust your judgment, and share their ideas with you. Chapter 4: Building Trust Through Communication. Trust is the foundation of effective leadership. Without trust, no leader can inspire their team, influence others, or build strong relationships. One of the most powerful ways to build trust is through your communication. In this chapter, we will explore how to communicate in a way that builds trust and credibility, and why trust is so vital to being a successful leader. When people trust you, they are more likely to listen to you, follow your guidance, and work together toward common goals. But trust doesn't happen overnight. It's built over time through consistent actions, honesty, and clear communication. As a leader, your words must align with your actions. If you say one thing but do another, you will lose credibility, and trust will begin to erode. One of the first steps to building trust through communication is being honest and transparent. Leaders who are open about challenges, setbacks, and successes earn the respect of their team. When you share both good and bad news in a straightforward way, people know they can rely on you to be honest, even when things are tough. Transparency shows that you trust your team with the truth, and this fosters a deeper sense of loyalty. Another way to build trust is through consistency. As a leader, you must communicate in a consistent and reliable manner. This means not only being clear and direct, but also following through on your promises. If you commit to something, make sure you follow through. Trust is built on reliability, and if people can count on you to keep your word, they will trust you more. Listening is also key to building trust. When you actively listen to others, you show that you value their opinions and respect their feelings. This creates an atmosphere of mutual trust, where people feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, ideas, and concern. The more you listen, the more people will trust that their voices matter, and the more they will trust your leadership. Another important aspect of building trust is showing empathy. When people feel understood, they are more likely to trust you. If someone comes to you with a problem or concern, don't just focus on solving it. Take the time to listen and acknowledge their feelings. Show that you care about their well-being, and you'll build trust on a deeper level. Empathy in communication makes people feel valued and respected. Finally, effective leaders are great at giving feedback. Feedback should be constructive, specific, and actionable. When you provide feedback in a way that is thoughtful and supportive, it helps others improve and grow. People will trust you more when they know that you are genuinely interested in their development and success. On the flip side, negative or vague feedback can damage trust and discourage people from sharing their ideas or concerns. In conclusion, trust is built through consistent, honest, and empathetic communication. As a leader, the way you communicate can either build or break trust. By being transparent, consistent, and empathetic, you will earn the trust of your team and create an environment where people feel comfortable following your lead. When trust is strong, leadership becomes more effective and everyone works together toward shared success. Chapter 5: The Importance of Clarity. As a leader, it's not enough to just have great ideas or knowledge. You must be able to communicate your thoughts clearly so that others can understand and follow your vision. In this chapter, we'll discuss why clarity is one of the most important aspects of effective communication and how you can improve your ability to communicate with clarity as a leader. Clarity in communication ensures that your message is easily understood and not misunderstood. When you speak with clarity, you avoid confusion and make it easier for others to act on your words. Whether you're giving directions, explaining a concept, or sharing a vision, the clearer you are, the more likely it is that your audience will be on the same page. One of the first steps to communicating clearly is being organized in your thoughts. Before speaking, take a moment to think about what you want to say and how best to express it. A little preparation can go a long way in ensuring that your message is clear. Leaders who take time to plan their words tend to have a much greater impact than those who speak off the cuff without thinking things through. It's also important to avoid jargon or overly complex language. As a leader, you may have specialized knowledge or experience, but your role is to make information accessible to everyone, not just those with the same expertise as you. Set in simple terms and break down complex ideas into manageable pieces. If you use terms that others don't understand, it can create confusion and lead to disengagement. Another way to achieve clarity is by being concise. Leaders who are concise get to the point without unnecessary details or long-winded explanations. While it's important to provide enough information, avoid over-explaining. People often lose interest if they feel like they're hearing too much or if the message becomes unclear due to excess information. By keeping your communication to the point, you can ensure that your message is both clear and impactful. Another important aspect of clarity is ensuring your message is tailored to your audience. The way you communicate with a group of employees might be different from how you speak to a colleague or a customer. A good leader understands the needs of their audience and adjusts their communication style accordingly. Knowing your audience helps you communicate in a way that resonates and ensures your message lands effectively. In addition to these strategies, clarity also involves ensuring that your nonverbal communication aligns with your words. Your tone, body language, and facial expressions should match the message you are trying to convey. If your body language doesn't match your words, it can create confusion or send mixed signals. Clear communication requires alignment between verbal and nonverbal cues. Lastly, ask for feedback. Sometimes what we think is clear may not be as clear to others. By asking for feedback on your communication, you can find areas where you might be misunderstood and improve your clarity moving forward. This openness to feedback shows that you're committed to improving and are willing to listen to others, which strengthens your leadership. To summarize, clarity is essential for effective leadership. When you speak with clarity, you avoid confusion, make your ideas more accessible, and inspire action. To communicate clearly, be organized in your thoughts, use simple language, be concise, tailor your message to your audience, and ensure alignment between your words and nonverbal cues. With clarity, your leadership will be more effective, and your team will be more likely to follow your vision. Chapter 6. Using storytelling to inspire. One of the most powerful ways to communicate as a leader is through storytelling. Humans are naturally drawn to stories. They engage our emotions, capture our attention, and help us understand complex ideas in a way that simple facts or instructions cannot. In this chapter, we'll explore how storytelling can inspire others and help you communicate your message more effectively as a leader. As a leader, you don't just want to give orders or share information. You want to inspire and motivate your team to take action. A great story can do just that. Whether you're sharing a success story, a lesson from failure, or a vision for the future, a well-told story can move people emotionally and encourage them to follow your lead. One of the reasons storytelling is so effective is because it makes your message more memorable. People may forget the exact words you said, but they will remember the story you told. Stories help people connect with the message on a deeper level. When you tell a story, you create a shared experience that your audience can relate to, which makes your communication more impactful. When telling a story, make sure it's relevant to the situation or the message you want to convey. A great leader doesn't just tell stories for the sake of it. They use stories strategically to make a point or to illustrate a key lesson. For example, if you're leading a team through a challenging project, you might tell a story about overcoming obstacles or achieving success despite difficulties. This can inspire your team to push through their own challenges and believe in their ability to succeed. Another powerful element of storytelling is its ability to evoke emotions. As a leader, your goal is not just to convey information, but to connect with your team on an emotional level. When you share personal stories, struggles, or triumphs, you show that you're human too. This helps to build trust and make you more relatable. People are more likely to follow leaders who they feel they can connect with on a personal level. To tell a good story, keep it simple and focused. Avoid going off track or adding too many unnecessary details. Start with a strong opening that grabs attention, then build up the story with key moments, and finish with a conclusion that ties back to your message. A good story doesn't need to be long, it just needs to be engaging and relevant to your point. Don't be afraid to show vulnerability in your stories. Leaders who share their challenges and setbacks make themselves more relatable and human. People respect leaders who are willing to admit their mistakes and learn from them. This kind of honesty builds trust and encourages others to be open about their own challenges and growth. Finally, practice telling stories. Like any skill, storytelling improves with practice. Start by telling stories in small meetings or casual conversations, and gradually work your way up to sharing stories in larger settings. As you improve, you'll find that storytelling becomes an even more powerful tool in your leadership toolbox. In conclusion, storytelling is a valuable skill for any leader. It helps you connect with your audience, make your message memorable, and inspire action. By using storytelling effectively, you can motivate your team, build trust, and communicate your vision in a way that resonates with others. Chapter 7. The role of empathy in leadership. Empathy is one of the most important qualities of a great leader. It's the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. As a leader, showing empathy can build strong relationships, improve communication, and help you connect with your team on a deeper level. In this chapter, we'll explore why empathy is essential for leadership and how you can use it to become a more effective and compassionate leader. When you lead with empathy, you show your team that you care about their well-being. This helps to create a positive and supportive work environment where people feel valued and respected. Leaders who show empathy are more likely to build trust and loyalty, which are key to strong leadership. Empathy helps you understand the needs, concerns, and motivations of your team, making it easier to guide them effectively. One of the key aspects of empathy in leadership is the ability to listen. Listening actively and attentively to your team members shows that you care about their opinions and feelings. When you listen without interrupting and respond thoughtfully, you demonstrate respect for others' perspectives. This builds trust and creates an environment where people feel comfortable sharing their ideas and concerns. Empathy also involves recognizing and validating emotions. Leaders who can understand when someone is feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or frustrated, and who acknowledge these feelings, create an atmosphere of support and understanding. By validating emotions, you show that you recognize and respect the challenges others are facing. This can help reduce tension, improve morale, and strengthen relationships. Another important aspect of empathy is offering support and encouragement when it's needed. Leaders who are empathetic don't just see their team members as workers. They see them as individuals with personal lives, challenges, and goals. When someone on your team is struggling, offering a kind word or lending a helping hand can go a long way. Empathy helps you identify when your team needs support and allows you to provide the guidance or resources that will help them succeed. However, empathy in leadership doesn't mean you always have to agree with everyone or let emotions drive your decisions. It's about understanding where people are coming from and acknowledging their feelings while still making decisions that are best for the team or organization. It's important to balance empathy with clear decision-making, as sometimes difficult choices need to be made. Leaders who show empathy also encourage open communication. When people know that their feelings will be acknowledged and understood, they're more likely to speak up, share their thoughts, and contribute ideas. This creates a collaborative atmosphere where everyone feels comfortable participating and contributing to the team's success. Finally, empathy can also help you improve as a leader. By understanding the challenges and experiences of others, you gain valuable insights into how you can be a better leader. Empathy allows you to be more flexible in your approach, adapting your leadership style to fit the needs of each person and situation. In conclusion, empathy is a powerful tool in leadership. It helps you build trust, improve communication, and create a supportive work environment. By leading with empathy, you'll strengthen your relationships with your team, inspire loyalty, and become a more effective and compassionate leader. Empathy doesn't just help you understand others, it helps you lead them to success. Chapter 8. Mastering Nonverbal Communication. When it comes to leadership, communication isn't just about the words you speak. It's also about the nonverbal cues you give off. Nonverbal communication includes your body language, facial expressions, posture, gestures, and even the way you use your eyes. In this chapter, we'll explore how mastering nonverbal communication can enhance your leadership skills and help you connect with others in a deeper, more meaningful way. Nonverbal communication plays a huge role in how your message is received. In fact, research has shown that a large portion of communication comes from nonverbal cues. When you communicate with others, they are not just listening to your words, they are also paying close attention to how you say them, how you carry yourself, and how you make them feel. This is especially important for leaders, as your body language and facial expressions can significantly impact how others perceive you and your leadership style. One of the most important aspects of nonverbal communication is body language. Your posture can tell others whether you are confident, approachable, or closed off. Standing tall with your shoulders back conveys confidence and authority, while slouching or crossing your arms can make you appear disengaged or defensive. As a leader, it's important to maintain an open, confident posture to project trustworthiness and credibility. Your facial expressions are also a key part of nonverbal communication. Smiling, making eye contact, and showing warmth through your expressions can make you seem more approachable and empathetic. On the other hand, frowning, looking away, or appearing distracted can make others feel that you are uninterested or unapproachable. Leaders who use positive facial expressions can create an environment where people feel valued and heard. Gestures are another powerful tool in nonverbal communication. Gesturing with your hands while speaking can help emphasize important points and make your message more engaging. However, it's important to be mindful of the type of gestures you use. Aggressive or overly animated gestures may come across as intimidating, while too few gestures can make you seem distant or disengaged. The key is to strike a balance that matches the tone of your message and keeps your audience engaged. Eye contact is one of the most powerful nonverbal cues in leadership. Maintaining eye contact shows that you are present and engaged in the conversation. It helps to build trust and makes others feel heard. However, too much eye contact can be perceived as confrontational or uncomfortable, so it's important to find the right balance. The goal is to convey confidence and attentiveness without making others feel uneasy. In addition to these individual cues, nonverbal communication also involves the way you use space. How close you stand to someone, how you position yourself in a room, and even your use of physical space in meetings can influence how others perceive your leadership. For example, standing too close to someone can make them feel uncomfortable, while standing too far away can make you appear distant. As a leader, it's important to be mindful of personal space and the dynamics of the physical environment around you. Finally, consistency is key when it comes to nonverbal communication. Your words should align with your body language, facial expressions, and tone. If there is a disconnect between what you're saying and how you're presenting yourself, people may become confused or doubt your sincerity. Leaders who are authentic in both their words and nonverbal cues inspire trust and confidence in their team. In conclusion, mastering nonverbal communication is an essential skill for any leader. Your body language, facial expressions, gestures, and eye contact all play a significant role in how your message is received. By being mindful of your nonverbal cues, you can improve your ability to connect with others, build trust, and communicate more effectively. Nonverbal communication adds depth and authenticity to your leadership, helping you inspire, motivate, and lead your team to success. Chapter 9: Giving Constructive Feedback. As a leader, one of your key roles is to help your team grow and improve. Giving feedback is a critical part of this process, but it's important to give feedback in a way that is constructive, supportive, and motivating. In this chapter, we'll explore the importance of giving feedback, how to make it constructive, and how to deliver it in a way that helps your team members improve and feel valued. Feedback is one of the most powerful tools for development. When given correctly, feedback helps people learn from their mistakes, recognize their strengths, and make improvements. However, giving feedback can be challenging, especially when it involves addressing areas where someone needs to improve. As a leader, your goal is to provide feedback in a way that is helpful and motivating, rather than discouraging. One of the first steps in giving constructive feedback is to be specific. Instead of general statements like, "You're doing a great job," or "You need to improve," provide detailed feedback that focuses on specific behaviors or actions. For example, instead of saying, "You need to be more organized," try saying, "I noticed that the project deadlines were not met on time. Let's work together on creating a schedule to improve time management." Specific feedback helps the person understand exactly what they can do differently. Another key element of constructive feedback is balancing positive and negative comments. While it's important to address areas for improvement, it's equally important to recognize what the person is doing well. When you give feedback, start by acknowledging the person's strengths and achievements. For example, "You did a great job on this report, and I really appreciate how thorough you were." One area to focus on, though, is making sure all the data is up to date. This approach helps the person feel valued and encourages them to keep improving. When giving feedback, it's also important to be empathetic. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and consider how they might feel when they receive your feedback. It's easy for someone to become defensive or discouraged when they feel attacked or criticized. Instead of focusing on the person's mistakes, focus on the behavior and the impact it has. For example, "I know you've been working hard, but the recent mistake in the report caused some delays. Let's talk about how we can avoid this next time." Shows that you're focused on improvement, not blame. Another effective approach to feedback is the SBI model: situation, behavior, impact. This model helps you deliver clear and constructive feedback. First, describe the situation, then explain the behavior, B, that you observed, and finally, explain the impact, I, of that behavior. For example, during the meeting yesterday, S, you interrupted several times, B, which made it difficult for others to share their ideas. This structure helps the person understand exactly what happened and why it matters. Timing is also crucial when giving feedback. Provide feedback as soon as possible after the event or behavior occurs. Waiting too long to give feedback can make it less effective and harder to address the issue. However, be mindful of the setting. Feedback should be given in a private, respectful setting, especially if the feedback is critical. Publicly criticizing someone can damage their confidence and undermine their trust in you as a leader. Finally, encourage a two-way conversation when giving feedback. Instead of just telling the person what they need to improve, ask for their input. This can help them feel involved in the process and more willing to accept the feedback. You might ask, "What do you think you could have done differently?" or "How can I support you in making these changes?" This creates an open and collaborative environment for growth. To summarize, giving constructive feedback is a powerful tool for helping your team improve and grow. Be specific, balance positive and negative comments, show empathy, use a clear feedback structure, and give feedback in a timely and respectful way. When you give feedback effectively, you not only help others improve, but you also build trust and strengthen your leadership. Chapter 10. Leading by Example. As a leader, your actions speak louder than your words. It's not enough to simply tell others what to do. You must show them through your own behavior. Leading by example is one of the most powerful ways to inspire and motivate your team. In this chapter, we'll explore the importance of leading by example and how you can set the right example for others to follow. When you lead by example, you demonstrate the values, work ethic, and behavior that you expect from your team. Your actions set the standard for others, and when you embody these qualities yourself, your team is more likely to follow suit. Whether it's showing up on time, working hard, or treating others with respect, your behavior sets the tone for the entire team. One of the most important aspects of leading by example is consistency. If you expect your team to be punctual, reliable, and dedicated, you must show these qualities yourself. Leaders who are inconsistent in their actions send mixed signals to their team, which can lead to confusion, mistrust, and a lack of respect. Consistency is key to building trust and credibility as a leader. If your team sees you following the same rules and standards that you set for them, they'll be more likely to respect you and follow your lead. Another aspect of leading by example is maintaining a positive attitude. even in difficult situations. As a leader, you will face challenges and setbacks, but your attitude in these moments will set the tone for how your team responds. If you remain calm, optimistic, and solution-focused, your team will be more likely to stay motivated and focused on finding solutions. A positive attitude is contagious, and when you lead with optimism and resilience, it inspires others to do the same. Leaders also lead by example, by taking responsibility for their actions and decisions. When things go wrong, great leaders don't point fingers or make excuses. Instead, they take accountability and work with their team to solve the problem. By owning your mistakes and learning from them, you set an example of integrity and humility. This encourages your team to take responsibility for their own actions and fosters a culture of trust and collaboration. In addition to responsibility, showing empathy and respect for others is another important aspect of leading by example. Treating your team members with kindness and understanding and demonstrating a genuine concern for their well-being sets a standard for how everyone should treat each other. Leaders who show empathy create a positive and inclusive work environment where everyone feels valued and heard. When you lead with respect, others will follow suit and create a supportive and respectful atmosphere. Leading by example also means staying true to your values and principles. As a leader, your team looks to you for guidance, and if you compromise your integrity, it can undermine your credibility and trustworthiness. When you remain committed to your values and principles, even in the face of challenges, you show your team the importance of staying true to what you believe in. This creates a strong foundation for ethical behavior and decision-making within your team. Finally, leading by example means being a lifelong learner. Leaders who continue to grow, develop, and improve inspire their teams to do the same. When you invest in your own personal development and embrace new ideas and feedback, you set a powerful example of growth and self-improvement. Your team will see that learning is a continuous process and will be motivated to continue learning and growing in their own roles. In conclusion, leading by example is one of the most effective ways to inspire, motivate, and build trust within your team. By consistently demonstrating the values and behaviors you expect from others, maintaining a positive attitude, taking responsibility for your actions, showing empathy and respect, staying true to your principles, and being a lifelong learner, you set the standard for others to follow. When you lead by example, you not only gain the respect of your team, but you also inspire them to become better leaders themselves. Chapter 11. The importance of adaptability. As a leader, it's essential to be adaptable. The world is constantly changing, and the ability to adjust to new situations, challenges, and opportunities is crucial for success. In this chapter, we will explore the importance of adaptability in leadership and how being flexible can help you lead more effectively in times of change. Change is inevitable. Whether it's a shift in market trends, a new technology, or unexpected challenges, leaders must be able to respond to change with a positive and proactive attitude. Adaptability allows you to navigate these changes with confidence and guide your team through uncertainty. One of the first aspects of adaptability is having an open mind. As a leader, you must be willing to embrace new ideas, different perspectives, and alternative approaches. Sometimes the solutions you have been using may no longer be the best, and it's important to stay open to learning and improving. When you are open-minded, you create an environment where others feel comfortable sharing their ideas and suggestions, leading to more innovation and growth within your team. Being adaptable also means being willing to take risks. Leaders who are afraid of change or failure often hold back from making decisions that could benefit the team or organization. While it's important to assess risks carefully, sometimes the greatest rewards come from taking calculated risks and trying new approaches. When you are willing to step outside your comfort zone and encourage your team to do the same, you create a culture of innovation and resilience. Another key aspect of adaptability is staying calm under pressure. In times of crisis or uncertainty, your team will look to you for guidance. If you panic or become overwhelmed, it will only add to the stress of the situation. However, If you remain composed and confident, your team will feel more secure and be better able to focus on finding solutions. Adaptable leaders are able to stay grounded in challenging situations and make decisions with clarity and focus. Adaptability also involves being responsive to feedback. As a leader, it's essential to listen to the needs and concerns of your team and be willing to adjust your approach based on their input. By being responsive to feedback, you show that you value the opinions of others and are committed to making improvements. This fosters a culture of collaboration and trust, where everyone feels like their voice matters. Another important part of adaptability is understanding that not every change will go smoothly. Sometimes, even with the best planning, things don't go as expected. Adaptable leaders are not afraid to admit when something isn't working and are quick to pivot or adjust their strategies. This ability to learn from failure and make adjustments is crucial for long-term success. It's important to view setbacks as learning opportunities rather than failures. Finally, adaptability involves being flexible in your leadership style. Not every team member is the same, and different situations may require different approaches. Some people may need more guidance and structure, while others may thrive with more autonomy. Being adaptable means recognizing the unique needs of your team and adjusting your leadership style to support their growth and success. In conclusion, adaptability is a key leadership trait that allows you to navigate change, take risks, and lead your team through uncertainty. By staying open-minded, being willing to take risks, staying calm under pressure, responding to feedback, learning from failure, and adjusting your leadership style, you can become a more effective and resilient leader. In today's fast-paced world, adaptability is not just an asset, it's a necessity for success. Chapter 12. Managing conflict with confidence. In any team or organization, conflict is inevitable. Differences in opinions, approaches, and personalities can sometimes lead to misunderstandings and disagreements. As a leader, it's your responsibility to manage these conflicts effectively and maintain a positive, collaborative environment. In this chapter, we'll explore how you can manage conflict with confidence, ensuring that your team remains productive and harmonious. The first step in managing conflict is recognizing that not all conflict is bad. In fact, some conflict can lead to growth and innovation. When people challenge each other's ideas or bring up different viewpoints, it can spark creativity and new solutions. However, it's important to address conflict early before it escalates and disrupts the team's work. As a leader, you need to stay calm and act quickly to resolve the situation. One of the most important skills in managing conflict is active listening. When two team members are in conflict, it's essential to listen to both sides of the story without judgment. Let each person explain their perspective and give them the space to be heard. This shows respect for their opinions and can help you understand the root cause of the conflict. By listening carefully, you can find common ground and develop a solution that works for everyone. When addressing conflict, it's crucial to stay neutral and avoid taking sides. As a leader, your role is to facilitate a resolution, not to add fuel to the fire. Avoiding favoritism or showing bias helps to maintain trust and respect within the team. Instead, focus on the issue at hand and help the individuals involved find a solution that benefits the team as a whole. Another key element of conflict resolution is maintaining open communication. Encourage team members to express their concerns in a respectful manner and promote an environment where healthy discussions can take place. When people feel comfortable sharing their opinions, it's easier to identify potential problems before they escalate into major conflicts. Open communication fosters a culture of trust and collaboration where issues can be addressed quickly and constructively. In some cases, it may be necessary to mediate the conflict directly. As a leader, you can help by guiding the conversation, setting ground rules for respectful communication, and offering potential solutions. Sometimes conflict can be resolved by simply clarifying misunderstandings or offering compromises that meet the needs of both parties. Other times, more significant changes may be needed, such as adjusting team dynamics or reassigning responsibilities. It's also important to remain calm and composed during the conflict resolution process. If you react emotionally or become involved in the disagreement, it can make the situation worse. Instead, take a step back, breathe, and approach the situation with a clear mind. Your ability to remain calm will help others stay composed as well, which is essential for finding a solution. After resolving the conflict, it's important to follow up with the individuals involved to ensure that the issue has been fully addressed and that everyone is on the same page. Sometimes conflicts can resurface, and it's important to continue monitoring the situation to make sure that it doesn't become a recurring problem. In conclusion, managing conflict is an essential leadership skill. By recognizing the potential for growth in conflict, listening actively, staying neutral, maintaining open communication, and remaining calm under pressure, you can manage conflicts effectively and maintain a positive team dynamic. When conflict is managed well, it can lead to better relationships, stronger teamwork, and a more productive and harmonious work environment. Chapter 13. The power of delegation. As a leader, you can't do everything on your own. To be effective, you need to trust your team and delegate tasks to others. Delegation is one of the most powerful leadership skills because it allows you to leverage the strengths of your team, increase productivity, and empower others to grow. In this chapter, we'll explore the power of delegation and how you can delegate tasks effectively. One of the biggest challenges leaders face is the fear of letting go of control. Many leaders believe that if they want something done right, they have to do it themselves. However, this mindset can lead to burnout and inefficiency. As a leader, your role is to focus on the bigger picture, set strategic goals, and guide your team toward success. Delegation allows you to focus on what you do best, while giving others the opportunity to contribute their skills and expertise. The first step in delegation is understanding your team's strengths and weaknesses. By knowing what each person excels at, you can assign tasks that align with their skills and interests. When you delegate tasks that are a good match for someone's abilities, they are more likely to succeed and feel confident in their work. This also helps to build trust and shows your team that you believe in their capabilities. It's also important to set clear expectations when delegating tasks. Be specific about what you need, what the desired outcome is, and the timeline for completion. This helps to avoid confusion and ensures that everyone is on the same page. When people understand what's expected of them, they are more likely to deliver results that meet your standards. However, delegation isn't just about assigning tasks and walking away. It's important to provide the necessary resources, support, and guidance to help your team succeed. Check in periodically to see how things are going, offer feedback, and provide any assistance they may need. When you show that you're available to help, it builds trust and reinforces that you're a supportive leader. Another important aspect of delegation is giving people the autonomy to make decisions and take ownership of their work. Micromanaging can undermine confidence and prevent growth. When you delegate, trust your team to make decisions and solve problems on their own. This helps them develop their skills and take pride in their work. It also fosters a sense of ownership and accountability. Delegating tasks also helps to develop future leaders within your team. When you give others the opportunity to take on more responsibility, you are preparing them for leadership roles in the future. This not only benefits your team, but also ensures the long-term success of the organization. Leaders who empower others create a culture of growth and leadership development. One of the challenges of delegation is knowing when to step in and when to step back. As a leader, you need to strike the right balance. It's important to give your team the space to take ownership, but also to be there when needed, to offer guidance or provide assistance. Delegation is about trusting others while remaining available to provide support and direction when necessary. In conclusion, delegation is a powerful tool that helps you maximize your team's potential, increase productivity, and empower others to grow. By understanding your team's strengths, setting clear expectations, providing support, and giving autonomy, you can delegate tasks effectively and create a culture of trust and collaboration. The more you delegate, the more you'll be able to focus on the strategic aspects of leadership, while also helping your team members develop the skills and confidence they need to succeed. Chapter 14. Developing Emotional Intelligence. Emotional intelligence, EQ, is a critical skill for effective leadership. It's the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are able to build strong relationships, make better decisions, and handle difficult situations with empathy and composure. In this chapter, we'll explore why emotional intelligence is so important in leadership and how you can develop it. The first component of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. This means being in tune with your own emotions and understanding how they influence your thoughts and actions. Leaders who are self-aware are able to recognize when they're feeling stressed, frustrated, or excited, and they can manage these emotions in a way that doesn't negatively impact their decisions or interactions with others. By being aware of your emotional state, you can make better choices and avoid reacting impulsively. Self-regulation is the next key aspect of emotional intelligence. It involves managing your emotions in a healthy and productive way. For example, when you're feeling angry or upset, self-regulation helps you remain calm and composed instead of reacting in a way that might escalate the situation. Leaders who are good at self-regulation can maintain a positive and focused mindset, even in challenging circumstances. This ability to stay composed in the face of adversity helps to set a calm tone for the entire team. Empathy is another essential component of emotional intelligence. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Leaders who practice empathy are able to connect with their team on a deeper level, showing that they care about the well-being of their team members. Empathy also helps leaders to understand different perspectives and find solutions that work for everyone. When you show empathy, you create a positive and supportive environment where people feel valued and heard. Another aspect of emotional intelligence is social skills. Leaders with strong social skills are able to build positive relationships, communicate effectively, and resolve conflicts in a constructive manner. Social skills also include the ability to inspire and motivate others, encourage collaboration, and create a sense of unity within the team. Leaders who have strong social skills are able to bring people together and build strong, effective teams. One of the key benefits of emotional intelligence is its impact on decision-making. Leaders with high EQ are able to make decisions that are not only rational, but also take into account the emotional needs of their team members. This helps to create decisions that are fair, compassionate, and aligned with the values of the team or organization. When leaders have a strong emotional intelligence, they are better equipped to handle difficult situations and make decisions that lead to positive outcomes. Developing emotional intelligence requires self-reflection and practice. One way to improve self-awareness is to regularly check in with yourself and assess how you're feeling. Take time to reflect on your emotional responses to different situations and ask yourself how you can better manage your emotions in the future. Practicing mindfulness and meditation can also help you become more aware of your emotions and improve self-regulation. To improve empathy, practice active listening and try to understand others' feelings and perspectives. Ask questions to better understand how someone is feeling and show that you care by acknowledging their emotions. When you show empathy, you build stronger relationships and foster a positive environment. Improving social skills involves developing effective communication, teamwork, and conflict resolution abilities. Seek feedback from others on how you interact with them, and look for opportunities to improve your communication and collaboration skills. The more you practice these skills, the better equipped you will be to lead with emotional intelligence. In conclusion, emotional intelligence is a vital leadership skill that can help you build strong relationships, make better decisions, and manage challenges with composure. By developing self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills, you can improve your emotional intelligence and become a more effective and compassionate leader. Emotional intelligence is not just about understanding your emotions, it's about understanding and managing the emotions of others to create a positive, productive, and supportive environment. Chapter 15. Inspiring and motivating your team. As a leader, one of your most important responsibilities is to inspire and motivate your team. Motivated teams are more productive, more engaged, and more likely to achieve their goals. In this chapter, we'll explore strategies you can use to inspire and motivate your team to perform at their best and work towards a shared vision. The first step in inspiring your team is having a clear and compelling vision. A strong leader has a vision for the future and communicates it clearly to their team. When your team understands the larger purpose behind their work, they're more likely to feel connected to the mission and motivated to contribute. A clear vision provides direction, gives meaning to the work being done, and helps team members see how their individual contributions fit into the bigger picture. Another way to inspire your team is by setting an example. Leaders who demonstrate passion, enthusiasm, and commitment to their work inspire their team to follow suit. When you show that you care deeply about the success of the team and the mission, your team members are more likely to adopt a similar attitude. Leading by example is one of the most effective ways to motivate others and encourage them to bring their best to the table. Recognition is also a powerful motivator. People want to feel valued and appreciated for the work they do. Taking the time to recognize and celebrate your team's achievements, big or small, can boost morale and motivate your team to continue performing at a high level. Recognition doesn't always have to be grand gestures. Simple acts of acknowledgement, like saying thank you or giving positive feedback, can make a big difference in how your team feels. Another way to inspire and motivate your team is by providing opportunities for growth and development. People are more motivated when they feel that they're growing and learning. As a leader, it's important to provide opportunities for your team members to expand their skills and take on new challenges. Offering training, mentorship, and new responsibilities shows that you believe in their potential and are committed to helping them succeed. One of the keys to motivation is creating a positive and supportive work environment. People are more motivated when they feel supported, valued, and respected. As a leader, it's important to foster an environment where your team feels comfortable sharing ideas, asking questions, and collaborating. Encouraging open communication, providing resources, and being approachable all help to create an environment where people are motivated to contribute and work together towards shared goals. Motivation also comes from a sense of autonomy and empowerment. When team members feel that they have control over their work and are trusted to make decisions, they are more likely to take ownership and show initiative. Micromanaging can lead to disengagement, while giving team members the freedom to make decisions and contribute their ideas fosters a sense of ownership and responsibility. Empowering your team to take charge of their work encourages them to invest in their own success and the success of the team. Finally, it's important to understand that motivation is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Different people are motivated by different things. Some may be driven by the desire for recognition, while others may be motivated by the opportunity for personal growth or the satisfaction of helping others. As a leader, it's important to understand what drives each team member and to tailor your approach to meet their individual needs. When you understand what motivates your team, you can inspire and motivate them more effectively. In conclusion, inspiring and motivating your team is essential for effective leadership. By having a clear vision, setting an example, recognizing achievements, providing opportunities for growth, creating a positive work environment, empowering your team, and understanding individual motivations, you can inspire your team to achieve great things. Motivated teams are more productive, more engaged, and more likely to succeed. And as a leader, you have the power to help your team reach their full potential. Chapter 16: Time Management for Effective Leadership. Time management is one of the most important skills for any leader. With numerous tasks, responsibilities, and challenges to manage, Effective time management can help you stay organized, make the best use of your time, and ensure that you and your team are focused on what matters most. In this chapter, we will explore strategies for managing time effectively and becoming a more productive and efficient leader. The first step in managing your time effectively is setting clear priorities. As a leader, you'll often face competing demands on your time, so it's crucial to know what tasks are most important and which ones can wait. You can begin by identifying your long-term goals and breaking them down into smaller, more manageable tasks. This will help you focus on what matters most and avoid getting sidetracked by less important activities. One effective time management technique is the Eisenhower matrix, which helps you categorize tasks based on their urgency and importance. Tasks that are both urgent and important should be prioritized first, while tasks that are not urgent but important can be scheduled for later. Tasks that are urgent but not important can be delegated, and tasks that are neither urgent nor important can be eliminated or postponed. By using this matrix, you can ensure that you're focusing on the right tasks at the right time. Another useful time management technique is time blocking. Time blocking involves scheduling specific blocks of time for different tasks or activities throughout the day. By setting aside dedicated time for important tasks, you can avoid distractions and ensure that you're making progress on key priorities. For example, you might block off the first hour of your day for deep work, such as strategic planning or writing reports, and reserve the afternoon for meetings and collaborative tasks. Time blocking helps you stay organized and ensures that you're spending your time on the right activities. Delegating tasks is another key aspect of time management. As a leader, you can't do everything yourself, and trying to do so can lead to burnout and inefficiency. Delegating tasks to your team members not only frees up your time, but it also helps them grow and develop their skills. When you delegate effectively, you ensure that the right people are working on the right tasks, and you give yourself more time to focus on high-priority responsibilities. One of the biggest time wasters for many leaders is ineffective meetings. Meetings can be valuable, but they can also be a drain on time if they're not well organized and focused. To make the most of your meetings, set clear agendas, stick to the schedule, and make sure that everyone knows the purpose of the meeting and their role in it. If a meeting isn't necessary, don't hesitate to cancel it or replace it with a more efficient communication method, such as an email or a quick check-in. Another important aspect of time management is learning how to say no. As a leader, you will often be asked to take on new projects or participate in meetings that don't align with your goals or priorities. It's important to be selective about how you spend your time and to be willing to say no to tasks that don't contribute to your objectives. Saying no doesn't mean you're not a team player. It means you're focused on what's most important and ensuring that your time is spent wisely. In addition to managing your own time, it's also important to help your team manage their time effectively. Encourage your team members to set clear goals, prioritize tasks, and eliminate distractions. You can also help them by providing the resources and support they need to succeed. When your team members are able to manage their time effectively, they are more likely to meet deadlines, achieve their goals, and contribute to the overall success of the team. Finally, make sure to take care of yourself. Time management isn't just about managing your work, it's also about ensuring that you have time to rest, recharge, and maintain a healthy work-life balance. When you take care of your physical and mental well-being, you'll have the energy and focus needed to lead effectively. In conclusion, time management is an essential skill for effective leadership. By setting clear priorities, using time management techniques like the Eisenhower matrix and time blocking, delegating tasks, running efficient meetings, learning to say no, helping your team manage their time, and taking care of yourself, you can become a more productive and effective leader. With good time management, you'll be able to focus on what truly matters, lead your team to success, and achieve your long-term goals. Chapter 17: Creating a Vision for Success. A clear vision is one of the most powerful tools a leader can have. It provides direction, motivates the team, and aligns everyone toward a common goal. Without a vision, a leader can feel directionless, and the team can struggle to stay focused. In this chapter, we'll explore how to create a compelling vision and how it can inspire success for you and your team. The first step in creating a vision is understanding where you want to go. A vision should be forward-thinking, inspiring, and rooted in purpose. As a leader, you need to think about the future of your team, company, or organization. What do you want to achieve? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Your vision should be a reflection of your values and goals. It should inspire others to dream big and work together toward a common purpose. Once you have a clear sense of where you want to go, it's important to communicate that vision to your team. A vision is only effective if everyone understands it and feels connected to it. Share your vision with passion and clarity, and explain how it aligns with the goals of the team or organization. When people understand the why behind the work, they're more likely to be motivated and committed to helping you achieve it. Another key element of creating a vision for success is setting specific and measurable goals. A vision without goals can feel vague and difficult to achieve. Break down your larger vision into smaller, actionable steps that can be tracked and measured. These goals will act as milestones on the path to success, allowing you and your team to monitor progress and adjust as necessary. Clear goals also give your team a sense of accomplishment as they reach each milestone. It's also important to involve your team in the vision-building process. While you as a leader may have a clear vision, it's valuable to get input from your team members. This not only helps to create a vision that everyone believes in, but it also encourages ownership. When people feel like they are part of the vision-building process, they are more likely to feel invested in its success and work harder to bring it to life. A successful vision also needs to be flexible. As a leader, you must be open to change and willing to adjust your vision as circumstances evolve. While a vision provides direction, the path to achieving it may not always be straightforward. Flexibility allows you to respond to challenges and seize new opportunities, ensuring that your vision remains relevant and achievable. When you have a clear vision, it becomes a powerful tool for decision-making. Every decision you make should align with your vision and bring you one step closer to achieving your goals. A clear vision provides a framework for making tough choices and helps you stay focused on what's most important. It also serves as a guide during times of uncertainty, giving you and your team something to hold on to when facing challenges or obstacles. Additionally, your vision can serve as a source of inspiration during difficult times. Leaders who are able to keep their vision in mind and inspire others with it are better equipped to navigate setbacks. When the team faces challenges, reminding them of the bigger picture and the shared vision can reignite motivation and keep everyone focused on the long-term goals. Lastly, it's crucial to regularly review and update your vision. As the world changes, so do circumstances and opportunities. Regularly revisiting your vision ensures that it stays relevant and in line with both internal and external factors. It also gives you the opportunity to reflect on progress and make adjustments to better meet the needs of your team and organization. In conclusion, creating a clear, compelling vision is essential for effective leadership. A vision provides direction, aligns your team, and motivates everyone to work toward a common goal. By involving your team, setting specific goals, remaining flexible, and regularly reviewing your vision, you can create a vision for success that will inspire both you and your team to achieve great things. A well-crafted vision is a powerful tool that leads to success and drives long-term growth.